Alright, what's up, YouTubers? Awkward Merc, I'm back again. Got a Medal of Honor game here for you. And, it's online multiplayer. It's a combat mission, which is similar to Battlefield, because it's made by DICE, of course. But it's very similar to Battlefield, where you either, play the attackers or defenders, and you're trying to destroy the objective, or capture it in the terms. It's either a roadblock, anti-aircraft gun, or something of that sort, or you just like a flag you need to capture and secure. But I gotta say I'm really in love with this game. I love the campaign. The campaign is only 5 hours long. Some of you may know that because you've played it, but it's only 5 hours long. And some people complain about that, but I thought for what they were going for and the story they're trying to tell, it was perfect. I love the story. Great story, and I became actually invested in the story and the characters. Maybe that's the reason I like it. I mean, I like substance over cinematics, which is the case I want to make for Modern Warfare 2 versus Medal of Honor. I'm still in love with Modern Warfare 2, of course. The complaint is, of course, the story was a little over the top and crazy, and it lost me somewhat towards the middle. It seemed to kind of drag on, and they added some, there's some parts that I felt that kind of forced. But Medal of Honor, with the 5 hours, they just took that, they just told the story and said, we're not going to worry about how long it is. The only thing we're going to worry about is the story we want to tell, which excuse me, which I love. And the main argument I want to make is, of course, what I've said earlier is cinematics versus substance. I love characters and the story substance and plot. I think that's one of the most important parts in a game, is to have a great story behind this interactive experience. And that's the reason I love the Medal of Honor campaign, even though it's only 5 hours. The multiplayer, on the other hand, which I'm playing right now, is also a very deep experience. It's almost exactly like Battlefield, because it's made by DICE, of course. They're the developers on the multiplayer side of the game. And I actually think it's really fun. There's 4 types of missions to do. There's a objective raid, which is kind of a search and destroy style game. There's a combat mission, team assault, and sector control. Combat missions, the game I'm playing right now, it's an objective-based kind of Battlefield game where you go through, destroy an objective one at a time. There's 5 objectives in each map, and it's either planting a bomb or capturing a flag to advance the game, or advance the level, or the game field farther and farther. Team assault is just a straight up deathmatch. It's a 6-on-6, or I think it might be large. I think it might be 12-on-12 or even larger sometimes. And sector control is their domination. Sector control is really fun, but it's even more fast paced now because the map. Excuse me, I'm a little sick. The maps are smaller, and the objectives and or the flags are much easily captured. It gets faster. The flags, can change hands really quickly, which makes for a faster gameplay and a little bit high tense situations, which is always fun. But there's 3 different classes to use. There's assault, spec ops, and sniper. Assault is your basic aggressive gameplay style. Either an M16 or depending on what side you play on, as the Rangers or the Taliban. I mean the OP4, quote unquote. The OP4, as they're so keenly named now. It's either an M16 or an AK-47, and they both have grenade launchers on them, which are actually not overpowered, and I don't mind using. I know I complained about it in Modern Warfare 2, but that's because they're so unevenly balanced and they're crazy. Have a crazy range, but in Medal of Honor they're not, and it takes a little bit. They don't fly as far, and they don't pack as much damage. So I use them every once in a while. And they're good for kind of softening up a room or an area, try to make a push. The spec ops is like a close quarters, tactical flanker kind of class. You want to use the spec ops with mainly a sniper, and you want to go in with a lot of ammo and try to stay on the sides and build up your score chain, which I'll explain in a little bit. You want to try to build that up and slowly, make your way up and help their team out. But Spec Ops is like a flanking. It's got an RPG and regular grenades, and like I said, you use that to flank. The sniper is, of course, what it sounds. It's you're behind the front lines. You're never really on the front. You're always kind of sitting back, providing cover fire, and support in the score chains for your team that's advancing. The sniper is like I said, the one of the main supporters of the score chain, and the score chain is the kill streaks from Medal of Honor. It's built up by points, which are either mainly kills, but you can also use it by capturing objectives and defending objectives, of course. But it's the score chain's based on points, not on kills. But it's still pretty much kills. You can't really argue with it. But it starts out. The first one is 50 is the amount of points you need, and that's a mortar strike is the offensive, and the defensive is the defensive is a UAV. And on each score chain, you can either pick an offensive pick, which is like an airstrike, mortar strike, or something like that, an attack, or something to support your team. So it's either offensive or defensive. I can't talk. Sorry. The next one is the second one up is at 100, and that's a rocket strike or match ammo. And match ammo is upgraded ammo. It does a little bit more damage. You can see it in the bottom right hand side of my screen, the 3 little bullets. The next one up is at 150, and that is Missile Strike, and that's a guided missile. It's kind of like a Predator missile. A little bit harder to control than Modern Warfare 2, but that's got a big, big punch to it. And the defensive one on that is a Flak Jacket, which is a little bit extra health and armor. The next one up is Artillery, and Artillery is exactly what it sounds. It's big ass howitzers raining down tons of firepower on the designated area, and it's very effective. It's one of the best ones in the game. The defensive side of that is armor-piercing rounds, which is even more upgraded ammunition. The one after Artillery, of course, is the A-10 strafing run, which is the A-10's a kind of a stealth, semi-stealth fighter or support. I have no idea. I'm not a plane buff. But it rattles the area, whatever you designated, with tons of machine gun fire from probably like 50 caliber machine guns mounted on the plane. And the defensive side of that is the Jammer, which is a UAV jammer that jams the other team's UAV, which you can see up there. The next one would be an airstrike from I think it's F-16 airstrike or something like that, and that's a massive airstrike, brought in by two jets, and that's actually got a lot of damage too. And the defensive side of that is FMJ rounds. So there's a lot of ammo associated with the or upgraded your team's ammo in the Medal of Honor. But after that, you have the cruise missile, which is I believe at 600, which is one of the maxes. Kind of like the equivalent of a nuke. It's a massive 2,000-pound bomb is what it looks like, and it's a huge explosion that will destroy whatever's in the area. And that's also guided at the same. That's also guided, I think. I can't remember. I've used it a couple times, and I can't remember if it's guided or not. So you have to excuse me with some of my facts. I'm trying to go off the top of my head. And the defensive side of that is I believe it's a Kevlar jacket, which is even more upgraded. Armor. So I mean, it's all about armor and upgraded ammunition for the defensive, really, except for the UAV and the Jammer. After you reach the cruise missile and you go over that, it actually moves to the 2 times multiplier, and that will double your score for whatever kills you're getting. But the game's over. You can see that my team won. All you have to do is hold out the other team from advancing and just slowly whittle down their tickets, which you can, I believe they start with 120, but it'll tell you your score, how long it took and what you defended and the total match time. But thanks for watching the video, guys. I'm going to be posting plenty more Medal of Honor gameplay, and I have my KD coming up right here and my score. But if you like the video, please comment and subscribe, and I'll see you guys out there.